If you want to get better aim, edits, piece control, and crosshair placement, you clicked on the right video, because in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to do all those things, and I'm going to be showing you the best settings to do. All these things are very important if you want to get better mechanics and improve in Fortnite, so make sure you follow each step. So if these tips do go on to help you, make sure you like the video and comment down below, and follow my Twitch, link in description. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first thing that we're going to be going over is your settings, because your settings are really important if you want to get better mechanics. So off rip, you want to make sure you copy all these settings. You want to make sure you're on full screen, 1920 by 1080, VSync off, you're on 240 FPS, and you're on performance mode. Everything else is really up to preference, but if you want your game to look really clear, you can copy these right here. And you want to make sure you have report performance status turned off. There's not too much you really need to worry about in your sound panel. Just make sure you have your visual sound effects on. Then when you go over to your game UI, you want to make sure you have reset building choice turned on, disable pre-edit options, turbo building on, and auto confirm edit set to both. Now, disable pre-edit option really needs to be turned off because it's going to give you the least amount of input delay as possible. I used to play with this on for so long, and I didn't know it was giving me that much input delay. So trust me, you want to have that turned off. And auto confirm edits, you can either play with it on both, or you can play with it completely off. I know a lot of pros that play with it off, but me personally, I have it set to both. Then you want to go over to your gyro options. I know none of y'all actually use these, so make sure you have all of these turned off. You don't want your game doing anything extra in the back that it doesn't need to be doing. Then going over to your keyboard and mouse settings, unless you're a hybrid or you actually play keyboard and mouse, I suggest turning all of these up to 100. If you play controller, I bet you didn't know that your keyboard and mouse sensitivity actually affects your controller sensitivity. I don't know why your keyboard and mouse settings have something to do with your controller settings, but trust me, if you turn all these up to 100, your controller sensitivity is going to feel completely different. So I have all of these set to exactly 100 just because I play high sensitivity, and everything else you want to have set to off. Now going over to the controller tab, you want to have auto run turned on and builder pro immediately turned on too. Then you want to make sure you have your edit, hold, and slide time turned all the way down. Now another thing about your controller sensitivity, if you didn't know, that these basic options right here actually affect your advanced options. Again, I don't know why these affect your advanced options, but they just do. So I suggest playing around with these and see which one works best for you, but for me, I have it on normal. Then you can turn your advanced options back on and have my build sensitivity set to 2.3 and my edit set to 2.4. My look horizontal and vertical are both set to 43 and I have everything else down to 0. And I have my ADS horizontal and vertical set to 15. And of course, I play linear with 100% aim assist strength. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is your building. Now, the problem with your building and the reason why you're not improving is because you don't free build. And if you do free build, you're not doing it correctly. When you free build, you want to make sure you're not just building the same structures over and over again. When you free build, you want to make sure you're not just going based off of muscle memory, and you're actually doing things you're trying to get outside of your comfort zone. And I think a good map to help you do that is this map that Martos made, to where you can free build and you can shoot a bunch of bots. If you do this map, it's actually going to help you get better at free building and teach you how to use piece control in your free build. When you free build, you don't want to be making huge movements with your mouse or your joystick. You actually want to be making the least amount of movement as possible and just making small adjustments and rotation. And another good map to help you do this is this crosshair training map, because this is going to get you used to making those small micro adjustments that you need to actually make the edit. Then after you do that, some more good maps is the Raiders mechanics map or the Raiders piece control map. And both of these maps are going to help you with your piece control and your crosshair placement. Trust me, by free building and learning the timing of your edits, that's going to make your mechanics way better. And when you edit, of course, you want to make sure you're selecting the blue tile as quick as possible. You may not realize it, but by default, you're going to edit to the sound of you editing. And I know that sounds a little weird, but let me explain. When most people edit, they wait till they hear the select of the edit to actually edit, if that makes sense. So next time you're trying to free build or do an edit course, take your headset off and then try to edit a free build. I know it's kind of a weird tip, but just trust me and try to do it next time. Because when you do edit courses, the builds are already placed for you. And 9 times out of 10, whenever you're in an actual fight, the builds are not going to be placed for you. You need to get used to the place timing of the build and the editing of the build. And another map I suggest that you do if you want to get your aim and mechanics better is the Raiders mechanics training map V4. This map has every edit, every peek, and every aim scenario that you could possibly think of. Some drills that I suggest doing in this map is the static 180, the airbot tracking, the AR tracking, the shotgun flick, and aim dual cone. And last but not least, I suggest that you do 1v1s a lot. I suggest 1v1ing with your friends every day. And if you don't have any friends and you're just really lonely, then I suggest going into matchmaking. Find a 1v1 map that you like and that doesn't have too much input delay, and just grind 1v1s. Because at the end of the day, you can practice each mechanic individually, but there's no good of doing that if you can't put them all together in one. So grind 1v1s and grind zone wars, and then try to take your skill into an actual game. But I hope you boys did enjoy this video. It's Winter, I'm out, peace.